So the other night I was driving along this road. It was raining slightly, so the road was very wet and reflective, and I looked in my rear view mirror here and discovered there was a gorgeous sunset behind me. I got out of the car and but when I looked down the road, the sunset wasn't really that great. It was just over the road, not across the whole sky. But it was still really pretty. I thought, how am I going to get a shot of that? So I thought, okay, well, let's use one of our composition principles, which is framing a shot. How can I frame a shot from the car? Right, well, I have a rear view mirror here that's sort of a rectangle, and if I can line up the sunset in here and take a photograph, well, I'll have potentially a great shot. When something's a long way away or small, if you frame it, you can actually end up with a really, really good shot, because one of the composition rules is really to focus the audience's attention to the subject very quickly. And if you can achieve that, a photo seems to be much better. And we go, wow, that looks great, because our attention's been drawn so quickly into it. So I'm just going to show you how we do that. I actually did it on my iPhone, but I'm using my iPhone to film this. So I'll just use my SLR camera, any iPhone. And you're just going to be looking into the reflection, focusing into the mirror, and getting the view focused in the far distance. Now, if I'm out too far, I'm going to see the camera in the mirror. So we don't want to see the camera. So we have to make sure that we come in a bit so we just see the view. And in fact, I'm going to allow a little bit of the reflection of the car to show, because that might also bounce the sunset into its reflection. So now I'm going to show you a series of shots that I took at night, and we're just going to go through that process and see what the results were. So here's our first shot. We now have the sunset pictured in the mirror. Later we can crop in closer so there's less distraction around this, but for now it's okay. We now want to focus on what's in the mirror, and can we improve that? So you'll see in the next shot that I've moved the camera a little bit over to the left, and we're just starting to get the reflection of the sunset in the car, the side of the car. That's kind of nice. In composition, if we have colours in the background matched with colours in the foreground, this can really create a nice effect. So as you'll see in the third shot, I move it even more. But you can now see we have the corner of my iPhone in the left of that mirror. And we don't want to show the camera or the iPhone that we're shooting with. So I'm going to the fourth shot where we've now removed the iPhone again from the shot, and we've got a nice reflection of the car showing the sunset. We're also aiming to get something in the foreground. It's just a bit boring having just the sunset at the back of the road. So as you can see here, there's a car coming forward with its lights, and I actually had to wait about 2 minutes for a car to come by. As it's coming towards the camera, I'm going to take photos. I'm not going to wait till it's right near the camera in case I miss the shot or it turns down a driveway. So I'm going to keep taking shots as it comes towards us, and we're going to select the best shot. So here's the next shot in that series. It's a bit further forward, and we can start seeing that the reflection of the car lights on the road is very similar to the sunset, and that's a really nice effect. So we're going to follow it even closer and take a closer shot, and there we've got our shot. We have the sunset. We have the car lights reflecting a golden look on the wet road, and we also have the sunset and the car reflecting in the side of the car. So we now have our shot. We next would just take that shot and crop it in a little closer so that we're focusing the view straight in there. You can apply cropping later on your iPhone editing function or your computer editing software. Only post or show people your final shot. It's boring to see 7 shots of the same thing, so pick the best and just show that. So in this case, my last cropped shot would be what I would post on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever I'm putting it. Tips: make sure your mirror is clean and you've focused your shot well. I could have done a bit better on those 2 points. Also make sure that if you're driving, you've pulled the vehicle over safely and are safe from moving traffic. You can try this on your travels or your commute. So there you have it, an example of framing a subject to make it stand out and have more impact. Till next time, all the best. Cheers.